What's up, guys? Welcome back to Games in Hand, and we have another Legion Go video here where we're looking at Fallout 76. Now, I know I've already watched the TV show. I think they did a great job, and it's brought me and a bunch of other people back into Fallout. I've been playing Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 a bit, and we wanted to start out by showing Fallout 76 here on the Legion Go. We'll look at 1200p and 800p at 20 watts here, medium, and see what kind of performance we're getting. So let's get into settings here. We'll start off with 1200p. We're going to be borderless, windowed, and just the medium preset. We are set to 4 gigs of VRAM in BIOS, and honestly, changing between low and medium really didn't make much difference. I did take a little bit of a hit if I moved into high, and as I'll show you later, I didn't get much of any performance difference between 20, 25, or 30 watts. This is a much older title. It's not that difficult to run. It just kind of runs however it runs. It's a Bethesda title, and it looks great here on the go, but it just is what it is. There's only so much we can pull out of the game, but it runs great here, and I haven't really had any problems, no crashing, no issues getting into it, and it's kind of come a long way since launch. I walked away from this game pretty quickly when it originally came out, and coming back to it here after getting kind of hyped about Fallout again and that kind of thing has actually been pretty fun. It's still not in my top 3 of Fallout games so far, but I will be spending some more time with it. And its performance here on the Legion Go, 1200p looks really nice on the Legion Go screen, and its performance is pretty decent. If you're happy with 30 to 50 FPS or so on average, depending on where you go around in the world and what you're doing, just from me kind of fast traveling and looking at things, getting into some combat here and around other players and that type of thing, I spend a lot of time in the 30s and 40s. You could certainly lock this to 30 FPS, get some more battery life, stabilize your frame times and all that if you wanted to here, and it wouldn't be a big deal. Now, I did kind of get into some fire here, and I wanted to see what the performance would do. As we got a little bit more happening, even though there's only one enemy on screen and I'm not in a group right now, and I was able to see like a 27 dip and stuff, but it recovered quickly, got me back into the 30s and 40s. Now, being in a group could certainly affect things, but I'm kind of a solo player when it comes to Fallout, and even though this is an online game, I'm going to approach a lot of it as I play through more of it as a solo player anyway. So I was curious how the performance would be. Now, here we are at that 20 watts I was talking about, anywhere from 39 to 43 FPS, depending on how things settle here, what's happening with weather and things around me. And if I switch this over to 30 watts, or when it boosts to 32, we're still around 43, 44, and we even go a little lower from time to time. There wasn't really any time in the game where I found much of a benefit going over 20 watts. Going under could potentially hurt the performance, but going over didn't really help me. Didn't matter what resolution or settings. Now, going into 800p with the same exact settings and checking out performance here, it's actually pretty decent as we get into it. I like the look of the 1200p on the screen, but 800p works out quite well, and you can get a lot more FPS out of it. And again, depending on whether you're first person or third person, it's really not going to make a difference on your performance. I've tested that a lot back and forth too between 1200p and 800p, and you'll be fine either way, whatever your preference is. I prefer third person on Fallout and a lot of games like this just for myself. But you'll see here at this 20 watts on the medium, same settings here, we're able to get a bit more FPS and performance out of it. I did spend more time up in the 40s and 50s rather than 30s and 40s when I was going to 800p. So I mean, it really just depends on what you're wanting to get out of the game, or maybe you want to up some of the settings even higher. You might get some headroom to do that here as well with the 800p. But I just wanted to see what it would do at medium at the same thing I was looking at 1200. And yeah, performance is obviously going to be a bit higher. You're not going to get to like a lock 60 or anything, even if you were to throw more wattage at this thing. It's just not going to happen. I couldn't get it to do that on low either. So I don't know, just kind of is the way it's going to run there. But it seems like 1200p, 800p, 30 to 50, 30 to 55 FPS, staying a little bit higher when in 800 when you're on here. And of course, GPU usage is like 65 to 70, 75% at 800p, and it's 95 to 99%, I think, most of the time when we were on 1200p. So yeah, just kind of explains the performance, and either way you decide to run the game, it's not going to be a problem for you on the Legion Go. It looks really great on here. Haven't had any problems. Again, no crashing, no issues, at least for me so far with these settings in the couple hours I've spent here on the Legion Go with this. But yeah, guys, I think we'll leave it there. Fallout 76 running great on the Legion Go, whether you want to go 800p or 1200p, low and medium, mess around with a little bit of high settings on 800p, and yeah, you can really get the game running how you want here on the device. All right, guys, thanks a lot for coming to check out the video. As always, we really appreciate it, and we'll see you in the next one.